Now, at the end of the last video, I was saying, geez, I want to step back like I do in an 18xx game or something. But, the problem with this in most Euros, and I don't know how I find it in XX, but there's no narrative I can come up with. There's nothing I can say. I can come back and say some people played some airports and some other people picked up some passengers. There's nothing of interest to really talk about in the story. I could talk about the value that they made, etc. Some of that may be me rather than the game, which is like, as I said, in 18xx I have a map that has connections. I can talk about what happened. There's change that happens over time that's visible in a way that makes sense. There's change that happens over time on the map here, but it's things disappearing and appearing. There's no stability to that change, sort of. So, I don't know. I guess I'm stuck trying to play this out. And that's why I hate doing videos of the Euros. I like it in the sense of I like to show what I'm playing. But when I do the step back, usually there's nothing to talk about anymore. It's everybody took their turn and stuff happened. And I feel sometimes in 18xx that happens too. Hey, we all got our runs. But there's no stability here in the sense of somebody isn't gonna, have sort of a section of the board, and I can just talk about how well that's developing. You just jump in and take somebody else's airport out, and so there's nothing fixed to look at. All right, so here we are starting with blue, and he would really like to fill his stuff out. Well, geez. At least he's top in the Middle East and second in Africa. That's worth something. So I got these Middle Easterners, I got places, Paris, Berlin. I've got Ethiopia, that'll be worth something. East Africa, I did not make it to. I only make it to Frankfurt out of anything that's in Europe, so. And I'm not going to get more unless I buy another plane, which, maybe I could do. But right now, because I'm not really worried about profitability, I'm not going to fill this shit up. Right now, I've got a challenge in the Middle East. I got to grab that. What are my other things? Berlin and some other place. Paris. Looks like I'll put it in the 3 plane because I've got a chance of getting something to Ethiopia. Over here for green. Well, I seem to be cranking out the profit. I think I'm going to be the guy who comes in the top of the profit, and the guy who comes in second is this one. It's going to be the people who didn't take a lot of planes, and that's always a valid option too. You get less expansion though out of that. So green is in London, Amsterdam, Rome, and Berlin. That's a lot of them. Rome is worth 2. That's kind of nice. Stockholm's worth 3. That's my best. Well, I've got a couple of 1-pointers that maybe I can haul, but otherwise we're pretty full up there. And we don't want to use our extra money to buy an extra plane unless we know we're going to get to be able to deliver the people, because right now we're in a good position on the profitability chart. Yellow. Yellow is sitting in Paris, Zurich, and Amsterdam, and I would like to haul people, although I don't know how important that is to me. Yellow is not doing very well here. They're doing nicely in Africa. That's about it. And I have an airport that if I get more bonuses I could do something with. Okay, where did I say? Paris, Zurich, and Amsterdam. Zurich. Not going to get me anywhere right now. Paris. Well, if I drop myself into someplace like Edinburgh or Warsaw, great. Or even London. But there's no room there either. Rome, Edinburgh gets me a couple. Wow, there's a big one for the Middle East. And nobody's coming out of Amsterdam with that. Why? Black can take that one. Yeah, I probably don't want to try to fight my way into that one because there just aren't enough useful places there. Although it would put me in a three-way tie for first place in Asia if I go into the Middle East. Alright, let's take a shot at that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to get that. I don't know why blue didn't go there. Oh, because blue's not in Amsterdam. And black didn't go there because they wanted to take the one nobody else could take. Yeah, but getting that three-way tie in Asia sounds more important than anything else I can do. So, we're going to try to get into the Middle East. And we need a 12. 8, 9, 10, we only have one buck. We failed to do anything this turn. That's his victory point. Okay. So that'll put us to black over here, who we know they have something going to the Middle East, but what else can they do? And this is the problem. Paris, Zurich, Amsterdam, London. And no extra stuff. Paris, Zurich, Amsterdam. You can haul something to Rome. That's possibly useful because green can do that too. In London I can get into Athens or Madrid. We'll haul the 2 to Rome. Put that on this plane, filling it up. Yeah, the Middle Eastern is just 3 extra passengers, so getting in here wasn't really all about that, but it does position us for other possible locations. Red, lots of pilots, not a lot of airplane expansion, but I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, and black just got themselves up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would like to take a black airport. Period, the end. So which one's most interesting to me? Paris, Zurich? Those are the 2 that I can steal. Is this the most important thing to me right now? No, because I can take that later, anytime before the round ends. So I'm more interested in passengers, actually. So London, Zurich, and Berlin is all I'm at. London has some value. Zurich, not really for me much. And Berlin, nothing. Okay. So Athens it will be. And that's a 2-pointer. I'm going to fill up this plane. And I don't have to worry. He's going to Cairo and Athens. You know, they're kind of on the same way to each other. Yeah, that's just not an issue in the game. You don't have to try to split it up. It's not like it's one plane. It's a whole line of planes that you've got. And then this moves over to green. And we step away from it. Okay, green's almost filled out. They have a couple left. They're sitting in London, Amsterdam, Berlin, and Rome. I can get one to Vienna. I need ones, basically. So I'm going to haul that in. I'm not sure how big a deal this is, except, in fact, I'm not sure how big a deal it is at all. Perhaps what I should be doing is grabbing these. But passengers are a limited commodity. If I don't grab them, someone else might beat me out on the profit chart, even though I think I've got it pretty much sealed up. I could actually calculate that out and make sure. Otherwise, what I might do is, you know, I have enough cash to buy myself another plane, but that opens up all kinds of problems where I maybe don't get, you know, the points here. And again, victory points are rare. Okay, so over to yellow, who looks like they need a lot of passengers and don't have a whole hell of a lot open. I do have one airport available. I'm in Amsterdam, Paris, and Zurich. Zurich, Amsterdam. Just making sure that I can't get anywhere. And Paris, which could get me to a couple places. Wow. There appears to be nothing. There's a couple little pips I could take, like I could fly a couple people into Edinburgh, but I think I'm just not going to be filling this plane up. So why bother doing it at all? Well, because I get a lot of passenger capacity that I got to fulfill next turn if I don't fill it up. That's the pain in the ass of it all. However, I don't really see much that I can do right now. So I'm going to spring for a pilot and take another shot down in South America. If I get that, who knows what I do. I get some money and some victory points, and I may try to grab another plane. I do have this, and try to haul the South Americans down there for their victory points and cutting into this, because I've got just this wash of capacity that I think this is going to be a problem for a lot of people. Okay, over here, Black. Black has a lot of capacity too, and not much else. Paris, Zurich, Rome, Frankfurt, Amsterdam, and London. Anywhere but Berlin. Okay, but where do I go? I do go to Frankfurt. That's pretty positive. There was a Middle East sitting around in Amsterdam. I want to haul this because that fills up one of my planes. And actually, it looks like I might be getting the top rank on the profit if I can fill out my plane, which would be really impressive. I got booted down a little bit in the dominance in Europe. And now Red has another one. Another plane available, and there's a lot of I'm not that far from filling my capacity out either, am I? London, Zurich, Berlin. London, Zurich, Berlin. Zurich. Is there a Cairo kicking around? No. I hauled that already. I could take the London. Stockholm, Madrid, I gotta know. And Berlin is useless at this point. Well, London, Zurich, and Berlin. I do have another airport that I could go to if there was something good. Like if I wanted to get to Rome, I could jump in there. And that would give me a Frankfurt and a Copenhagen. I think that's worth doing. I'm not sure why I didn't do it before. I think maybe I missed a plane or something, but whatever. People are making mistakes in this game. That's life. Blue's not in great shape here. They have Paris and Berlin. Berlin goes to East Africa. Paris, I can fly a guy to Ethiopia. I'm not even sure I terribly want to, leaving him out there. It becomes available to me next time. I don't have money. I don't have long-range planes. I don't have much going for me here. Oh, wrong guy, Blue. Okay. Yeah. I don't have any airports on my long-range plane. I do have some money, not quite enough to buy an airplane. I suppose we have to buy another airplane. Yeah, I don't know if that's good, but I'm just not seeing much I really want to do. I had a 1-point guy I could fly, and we're back around to green. Rolling that gets me down here to black. I probably screwed up with black. I've got this night flyer. Frankfurt's available to me out of Rome. Zurich, Paris, Berlin. And I could grab Madrid. And I'm going to spend that to grab both of these. That doesn't fill me up, but it does a good job. And these are kind of iffy anyway. Extra actions might mean extra bucks later on, what the hell. Puts us to red. Red, I believe, would like to fill theirs up. They could go play in Africa. They have enough pilots and it's all short range routes, but I don't have, I made the decision to stay in Europe. And so now I'm in London, Zurich, Rome, and Berlin. Not in Paris. Stockholm is a 1, London's a 1. Stockholm, I'm one of only 2 people in there, so that's more appealing. Of course, I have to look at the London. Let's see, that's coming from Zurich. So it's only 2 people who could take that. So let's look at the London. Yeah, both of us could take that. So those are both about equivalent. So I've got like two pickups I could make, and a lot of capacity. I don't know much reason for grabbing those pickups. I don't know much reason not to. Yeah, at least it'll eat up some of my capacity, so I'll take this Zurich to London trip, and that uses up that capacity. Over here, I have plenty. Just make sure there are no victory points kicking around, because that might be the best thing I can do. Is I'm not going to be able to fill things up. Blue is at Paris, Berlin. East Africa, Ethiopia. I could grab the Ethiopian. He's a victory point. Sounds good. We want to deliver that before it gets here, or other people kind of get into Africa a little heavier. Over here, I can turn this over. That's filled. Well, yeah, we want to do that. And this one's filled as well. I should have sent the Dakar out here. That was stupid. Let me do that. Leave me a little bit more room on this Dornier. Okay, so we're on him. He has a couple. He has only one transport left. Now he's at 6, 9, 12. And here we're looking at 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's awfully close. We'd like to take his away, because he's my competition. So let's see if we can be clever here. So green is London, Amsterdam, and Rome and Berlin. I get to Stockholm, Amsterdam. Yeah, I'm not hitting much of anything except this London here. So I'll pick this up, fill it out. I've got enough money for another plane if I want it, but that's it's going to be hard to find enough passengers that I can deliver without deploying the airports. And once I do that, well, the turn may be over, because there's not a lot of cash here. People have taken some from it. And now for yellow. Well, yellow is not terribly interested in trying to deliver passengers. And that's part of why it didn't really matter where I'm coming from. So I've got Zurich, Paris, and Amsterdam available. I could run a couple of guys to Edinburgh. That doesn't do me a whole bunch. What I can do, however, is try to get here. My best way of getting there would be if I had more money, because I may have trouble making this on just a single pilot. However, I gotta worry, are we ending? There are 1, 2, 3, 4 more people. I might end up going earlier in the action though, so I'm gonna grab a buck. I think other people have tasks they want to do. And unfortunately, I don't end up going much earlier in the action. Looks like they have a shot maybe at 3rd place in the placements, in the profitability, so I'm kind of interested in continuing to look for them. One thing that's nice is the game's getting easier now that there are less options out there. All the airports are placed, whatever. As the turn starts to end, it does get a little bit more pleasant. But, man, when there are all those options out there, it's tough. This is the kind of thing that, you know, some people like Merchants of Venus, which I have kicking around up here somewhere. Some people really like that game with all of its, there it is, all of its different options. For me, it's just a headache when I'm faced with too many different choices without too much kind of direction. You know, if I can look at a grand strategy in the game, oh yeah, I'm trying to blockade the rivers, or I'm trying to blockade the enemy, or whatever, then lots of choices are okay because I've got a strategy that I can follow for my choices. Here you've got those strategies. Hey, I'm trying to go for a region, or I'm trying to go for profitability, or I'm trying to go for hauling victory points. But it's harder to grasp because it all just relates to points as opposed to, you know, trying to fixate it into some kind of narrative that is easy to understand. Anyway. Enough babbling, I'm losing track of where I am. So red. Red is looking at Rome, Zurich, London, and Berlin. Rome, Zurich, London, and Berlin. Well, I can't haul any of that crap. So I'm going to just... Where am I in the position? I'm at 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 0. Huh. Well, I look like I'm ahead of Blue. And I may be ahead of this guy too. Because he's at 1, 2. Yeah, he's deep in the negative. Yeah, I'm gonna just try to collect up some cash and get this towards the ending. Because I think the best I can do is that 3rd place finish in the profitability. And yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm negative profitability with these companies or anything. That I find a little disturbing, but I think I mentioned that. Okay, here we've got Paris, Berlin, and that's really it. Blue has 2. So I've got kind of a problem. I have money. I could get another airport. I could get another plane. It's a long distance plane. Jesus, that's annoying. So my 2 options are pick up a buck or pick up some components. I'm going to go for components. And I'm going to do it with die rolls because I got no real plan. I think I'd like a pilot, but I don't really need one. So I'll get a pilot and a mechanic. I'm eating up the mechanics. That's got some value. And then we go over to green. Green's all full. Green's got piles of money. Probably can't haul anything from a new airport. I don't think there's anything that's like going anywhere that I could get to that was of great value. So, again, same option, money or a counter, but I'm going to take money because I want the turn to end fairly soon. Just because I don't want other people doing stuff that's of use. Gets me to yellow. Yellow, Paris, Zurich, Amsterdam. Just making sure I don't have something. Paris. See, I've got this Copenhagen here. I don't know why. Am I flying anyone there? I don't know why I went there. Maybe I was on my way somewhere. All right, we were building up for a flight. If we're not careful, it's going to be over, so we want to take it. So we're going to take a shot at getting to South America. This is a 14 for the roll. I get a 13. Another buck puts me to 14, and now I'm in pretty good shape with a pilot. I get a 12, make it a 15, and I'm now the first one into South America with my long distance flight. I put that in here. I get 3 pounds immediately for being the first one in there, and I get a victory point. You know, after the first failure, which would have been worth getting, going in there again was worth it too. And that puts me over to black, who looks like they're all set and don't have enough money to spend on anything, so they will pick one of these up. We roll a die, coming from red, and now we're over to green. And yellow could have conceivably picked up another buck. Well, no, because green could end it here. And instead now yellow's going to end it. So we can do this pretty quickly. Does yellow want to spend bucks? I don't know. Do we want to spend a buck or do we want to get a buck? Personally, I think spending a buck is better. To roll a couple of these. I get a 2 and a 3. That puts it over to yellow. Yellow certainly wants this to end. Spending a buck might be good if there was a pilot, but the other things available, I'm less convinced about them. Over here we hit black. Now, black has nothing it can do. I could take the end of the turn. Well, who's next? Who's next? Well, red's next. I'm not sure red wants to end things, so I'm gonna pick up the ending here, and I'll be back in a little bit. Some of the noise is gone. I don't know who ended things. Yeah, black ended things. Okay. So black's going to get the first person die. We have to score this. First scoring is profit. And I got to look at my numbers here again. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Everything's pissing me off. My pipe's clogged with spittle. I don't think I'm in the running here, but it's hard to tell. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Zero, 5, 6, 0. He's at a 0. 3 minus 14 is minus 11. 4 minus 13 is minus 9. So third place is going to go over to the 0 over here. So first place is green, and this is worth 8 now. Second place is black, and third place was red, who gets their first score. Okay. So now, Jesus. So now where are we? We're at Europe. Okay, we got to worry about who's first, second, and third in Europe, or first and second in Europe. Let's count them. Yellow, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for green. That sounds good. Yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for yellow. Okay, that's second place so far. Black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're running out of dice here. Red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we have 2 8s here. That drops the 5 off the list completely. Honestly, the 6 is off as well, because it's only first and second place that matter, and blue is not in the competition. So, red and black each get first place in Europe. That's worth 5 points. Alright. Now we're in Africa. Africa is much easier. Blue is in first place. That's worth 3 points. And yellow's in second. That's worth 2 points. Asia. Blue is in first place. And black is in second. This doesn't generate points every turn. This is a one-time jump into that area. In some ways, not as valuable as grabbing other things, but now I'm the only guy down here. And that's important because there's an important victory point card which I can probably get the jump on and deliver. I could have done it this turn if I had wanted to, and why didn't I? I don't know. I took a buck instead. We'll see what that does. I'm going to have a lot of plane available, not a lot of airport. That's not really an optimal situation. Okay. Now we're in the cleanup, and we lose 2 of these planes to the bottom of the deck. And we shove these forward. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we are at the end of the line. And there's a lot of money available to buy these planes. More than you need. And victory points, well, all they serve as a tiebreaker for people here. And notice your capability in terms of making a profit and everything, it doesn't help you at all. You have no engine in this game. Your only engine is what you're set up for in terms of, yeah, I can connect this. You don't have to do anything. Okay. So, what about over here? We have to equate the planes and start piling things up. So this guy used up all his capacity, and we'll just put his planes in his little pile. And we're going to do that with everybody. This guy has a victory point token, so he goes there. This guy has 2 more air power, and that's going to be really, really annoying to hold that. And we'll be doing, we'll take care of that along with the rest of the cleanup, passenger tiles, refreshing here. We have to move some of these, so Rome is no longer necessary. That goes to an overflow. North America does not. South Africa does. Australia does. And East Africa does. And then we'll be, I don't know if these guys move. Nope, they don't. They do not. They stay there as a last place position. So yeah, that's we've got some cleanup to do. But otherwise, I'm going to load this one up. It's a little short.